What's up, guys? It's Men's Locker Room. And before we start, before we roll the intro music, we would like to let all of you know that this episode is going to be really sensitive, very sensitive. We all of us are going to be super serious, no jokes, no nothing, no signs of immaturity or something, nothing like that. No joking around this time for this episode and this episode only. So yeah, no holds barred basically. So roll the intro music.
I was born in this country on the 2nd of October, okay? I'm like the most Indian person there is. I'm gonna talk shit about this country, but I'm still gonna love this country because bro, it's my country!
Rapists and false accusers are both monsters. Both of them ruin lives.
That is entirely wrong. Like asking boobs, what the hell, man? Like, you don't have any sense of...
Enough with the log kya
Terrible.
kahenge. What log kya kahenge? The logs are fucking illiterate.
पढ़े लिखे जाहिल भी मत बनो.
Welcome back to our podcast. This episode, we're going to talk about rape. The fourth most crime that's been done for women in general. Like the fourth most dangerous crime in India against women. And so we're going to talk about what causes rape, why does rape happen in such huge numbers, the media attention, the mentality, everything. We're going to cover the statistics, and yeah. So who'd like to take charge?
So, do you want to go first?
Actually, the things currently happening, just recently, it's very sad to hear that, this girl, a Dalit girl, I need to be very specific, Dalit girl, because, the things happening in our country are just, out of the, your minds will be blown, the rapist, doing such kind of a thing, after raping that girl, first thing is that they raped the girl, the second thing is that after that, the Yogi government in Uttar Pradesh, those people, he instructed, or I don't know, but the police and all are under him, right? So maybe it's that only, that he instructed them to burn the burn the body of that girl. It's just
Cremation.
so
That's
terrible.
cremation.
Cremation, man. It's just so terrible. When I heard this news, I was just pretty much devastated. That why is it happening in our country so much? And see, after this B.J.P, after this B.J.P power came into India, every most of the maybe the rape cases just boomed like anything in our country. Every 16 minutes rape is happening or something like that. It's just terrible. Around 30,000 388 something cases like that are being reported, and the other are some cases are not even being reported. It's just terrible. I just don't know what to say. Maybe what is happening in my country, I'm just really sad about it, but it's not my country's fault. It's the government. Wholly government. That's
Let
what
me
I
spit out a fact about this incident. This incident actually took place on 14th September.
Yeah.
And okay, so, and then I think on 23rd or 21st, it was the complaint was filed to the police, and then the police even didn't take into consideration. They didn't file the FIR. They rejected the claim, and then they even humiliated them in the police station. And after some time only, the police then registered complaint. And even though the police registered the complaint, what I didn't like about this whole situation is the media did not care. That is why we are getting to know all about this just 2 days back. After I think the cremation, or just before that. when the news started blowing up, because at that time, they were still focused on that drug celebrity, all those bullshit. And yeah, and the cremation part is also like horrible.
Also, like, they just like, like those, like, I just want to abuse them so much, man. But like, I don't know, man. Like, these rapists, they like, like cut her throat and like, just kept her like, like हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना कि तड़पने के लिए रख दिया वैसा, like it's just so terrible,
Strangulating.
man. Like, yeah,
Guys, can I just jump in real quick?
yeah. Please, yeah.
Okay, so before I start speaking, let me just make it clear that fuck, I'm getting emotional. Okay, okay, whatever I'm going to say, right? Listen to the whole thing. To the listeners, I'm saying this: do not take things out of context, okay? Because people have a bad habit of doing that, and it really annoys me. So listen to the whole thing. Do not take things out of context. Now, I wrote down a couple of things. Let me just read them out. See, I'm speaking in for myself. I'm like probably like a lot of NRIs in this case. It has nothing to do with that, but I'm just going to bring up some stuff. So, see, when you're brought up away from a world that you're supposed to call home, you tend to not have feelings, quote unquote, for that world, mainly because there's no incentive or matter of substance to attach that feeling to, other than family in some cases, but even then, there's no heft to that feeling. Because you've just been away for so long, right? Now, all of us in this call were raised outside of India for the better part of our whole lives. Now, when you're away for so long and then suddenly exposed to that world, witnessing all of its dark, fucked up bullshit, you naturally want to question that exposure and the world. I'm talking about India, by the way, of course. Now, I say all of this because beginning of last year or mid last year, I can't really remember clearly, I had a conversation with a couple of my university classmates whom I shall not name, and it got pretty heated, I would say. The conversation was basically about me criticizing our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Oh, yeah, I remember. It was around the time of his re-election. He got re-elected, and I sent a couple of memes to the group chat that we had. And now I understand that I shouldn't have done that because they were celebrating his re-election and they were being happy. They didn't do anything bad, and I shouldn't have just sent memes. It was immature of me. But then again, okay, I did that. So I sent a couple of memes to the group chat, and surely they got offended. Now, at the time, since things were pretty heated, they laughed at me for basically criticizing India and said that I didn't know what I was talking about. They even compared me to a political figure who's an or was an outsider, even though I presented my case, that is my criticism, with facts at the time. Now, this political figure who they compared me with, who came from outside, I can't really remember the name. But that doesn't really matter. Now, one of my mates, right, went as far as to say that the only reason I hate, well, hate is a strong word. I say dislike. Well, no. She said hate. She said the only reason you hate Modi is because I belong to a community that hates him. Now, my name is Muhammad Zishan. Okay, my name is Muhammad Zishan. So the community being in the question is the Muslim community, obviously. And she said something along the lines of, if PM Modi hates all Muslims, then that's because all Muslims hate PM Modi. Okay, I'm going to repeat that sentence again. I remember this. If PM Modi hates all Muslims, then that's because all Muslims hate PM Modi. Now, I'm not trying to make it a religion thing. Okay, I'm just trying to like set an example, set a stage to further prove my point. Now, you guys can let that statement sink in and think about it for a while after the podcast. It took me a while to draw meaning from that too, so take your time, but I'll share my thoughts on it. So, I am being told that a person who chose to stand for election for the most important position of power in India, a country where more religions, more languages, more communities exist than the fucking stars in the sky, okay, a person who stood up to be in a position of power in that country has the right to hate a specific community because that community does not agree with what the prime minister does or what the person in power does. See, understand how fucked up that is. See, listen. If you're the prime minister of a country, right, you have a responsibility towards all of its people, not just a certain community. I'm a citizen. I have the right to criticize and talk shit about the person in power because he's the person in power. If I don't talk shit, he's not gonna be in check. Okay? And that prime minister, the person in power, has all the rights to defend himself with proper facts. But he has no right to attack a community because that community does not agree with him. So this statement really fucked with me and pissed me off at the time. Now I say all of this because in India, I feel like everybody puts their political leaders up on a pedestal. Okay, they treat them like gods. It's as if that if you speak against this person, you're speaking against India, you're speaking against our religion. It is kind of like that. And when you put a person of power as a figure of God, when you make him a figure of God, people start to believe in his bullshit without any meaning. They start to follow him for no reason, without any backing, without any facts. Even in the year 2020, this shit is happening, right? And when that happens, a country goes from being a democratic country to being a fucking devil's asshole hell. Okay? It becomes that. Now, I say this because people are still fucking supporting the prime minister and his government guy, Yogi Adityanath, who has been trying his fucking best to hide up this rape case that happened in Hathras recently that we were just talking about, right? And people are still supporting this fucker. Now you have to ask yourself, at what point do you just come out and be like, you know what? Whatever is happening in front of my eyes is blatantly like fucked up and is wrong, right? So, like, bro, okay, check this out. The girl, I did my research, okay, and I got to find out that the girl was in a field with her mother and she was considered, and she's from a lower caste. She's a lower caste woman. Correct me if I'm wrong, South Dalit, right?
Yeah, she's like from Dalit caste. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's like a lower caste girl, and allegedly the guys who raped her belong to a higher caste. Now, I have my own grudges against the caste system, but I'm not going to speak on that right now because this podcast is not about that. But then again, it's fucked up. So yeah, these higher caste people, they basically grab her in the field, they rape her, they do all sorts of fucked up shit to her. And the mother, I don't know where she was or what happened to her. Maybe she wasn't. But basically, when she finds her daughter, she sees that the daughter, like, her clothes are ripped, everything, she's been exposed and everything, right? And then she's admitted to a hospital in Delhi, or where was she admitted? In Delhi, right?
Yeah, sure. When it got serious, she was moved to that Safdarjung hospital that's in Delhi. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so she was admitted in Delhi. Now, the reason I say this, I'm like calling out UP government, this Yogi fucker asshole government, is because he allegedly, now these are all quote unquote alleged, but the shit that has been happening just goes to further prove that these are actually facts. So he has been trying his fucking best, the UP government and the UP police, who is under the fucking state government, that is Yogi, the guy who fucking runs the shit. So basically the police are his puppet, right? If you think about it. They sealed off the whole village of Hathras where the rape happened. They put up like 100 police officers around the house of the victim, took away phones and stuff from the victim's family. The DSP, or like the high, what is the higher police position called?
I think superintendent. I think
Yeah,
I'm
whatever.
not sure.
Yeah, whatever the high, I'm not sure. Yeah, whatever the high police position. That guy went up to the family and he was like basically threatening them, saying that media is here today, tomorrow they'll be a little bit less, and then day after tomorrow he was threatening them like change your towards the media, towards the public statement that you made about your daughter, about what happened to her, stuff like that. And this has been recorded and it's up on the internet. You guys can go and watch this. Okay, he's basically threatening them to change their statements about what they said, that how their daughter got raped and stuff like that. Bro, let me tell you, imagine a mother finds her daughter in a field all messed up after she was raped, and then a couple days later the fucking police officer is telling that mother to change your statement because the media will be gone in a couple of, we will be here, so you have to fear us. Indirectly, that is
Basically a threat. Yeah. Uttar Pradesh has a history of all this.
Yeah,
It's
and
not just this case.
no, there's another thing. And like as Klein and South said before, the body, right? Okay, so traditionally in the Hindu tradition, the body is not burned during the night time. Like in the Hindu tradition, they burn the body after the person dies. they cremate it. Yes. So it's usually done in the morning time when the sun is out. They don't do it in the night time. But the police, right? They were burning. They burned this girl's body. I'm not gonna take the girl's name, or I'm just gonna like talk around her because it's actually a legal offense to say the victim's name and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna say that right now. But fuck, dude, I'm not. I can't even think straight. Fuck. Yeah. So what I was trying to say is that they burned the body in the middle of the night. Okay, but a couple of ground news reporters managed to get there, and they even asked the police officers that were around there, watching the body burn. The news people, they kept on asking them that what is happening, sir? Whose body is being burned? What is being burned? Tell us, tell us, tell us. And this fucker police officer, right? He's deflecting the question. He's just asking her, "आपने DSP साहब से बात की? आपने DSP साहब से बात की? आपने DSP साहब से बात की?" Just continuously he keeps saying that, right? And he's not answering the question. He's saying that I'm a third grade officer. I don't know anything. I'm not allowed to answer questions. While the body is being burned, right? And the people and the village people, they start gathering over there, and the police, right? Sure enough, they start doing their mafia giri, and they start beating the people over there.
Yeah, like also like before cremating the body, like these police, like they did not even do the postmortem. They just took her and like just it's just really sad, man. Like they cremated her, like like
Yes.
without even doing a postmortem. It's just because like they wanted to hide those proofs. Yeah,
It's like
sorry, we
some
continue.
conspiracy, man.
Bro,
Yeah.
okay, bro, this has been a complete, like, this has been the biggest rape cover up in the history of, I think, India or even the world, possibly. We have a whole state government involved, a whole state police involved in order to cover up a rape case of an innocent girl. Okay, how old was she? Do you guys remember? She was
19
very
years
young.
old, something. 19 years
Yes,
old.
bro, she was just. Oh my.
This one more thing, okay? Like it's not just about like it's just not about that girl, like that 19-year-old Dalit girl. It's not just about her. There also, like, there happened so many cases like during this BJP government. Like there was this Asifa case also, like I guess like last year, maybe something
Yeah,
like.
Jammu and Kashmir case, yes.
Yeah,
8 year
Jammu
old.
and Kashmir. And even there, like the BJP, I guess two BJP politicians were involved in it. Maybe, I guess.
Even the
I
police officers
yeah, yeah,
also
yeah.
were like involved.
Even the police officer and that girl, like she, uh, like she was around like 5 or 6, man. Like
Eight,
I,
eight. She was 8.
yeah, yeah, 8. Sorry, 8. Yeah, like I felt like I just can't speak about it, man. It's just so terrible. And also like they like I guess they wanted to kill her after doing all those stuff, and then after that, like they took a stone and like then they hit that stone on her head or something like that to kill her. And like after hearing all this, like I was just so terrified. And also this one more thing, okay, like not just this case, okay, not just this case, there was also this other case also happened in I guess Hyderabad recent, uh, not recently, I guess like 8 months back or something, maybe. I don't know,
Bro,
like.
Priyanka Reddy case, right?
Yeah, Dr.
It happened
Priyanka
last
Reddy
year, right?
case. Yes, 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 Dr. Priyanka Reddy case. Like in I don't know, like who were, like, I guess those people involved, those rapists involved in that case were like a guy was juvenile, I guess, from them, and like three were someone like from else, like some slum people, I guess so. I don't know, like if my facts are wrong, just please don't take it out of context. Like those four people, okay, those four rapists, I can't even call them people, man. Those rapists, they, I don't know, maybe they were not from the BJP or something related to them, so maybe the police just took them and just killed them instantly.
Yeah, the
So
police inspector encountered all four of them.
yeah. Like, then why can't you do like such thing with such people who, the Jammu Kashmir case, the Asifa case, or the current Dalit girl case? Like, why?
You
Why
know
you
what the
can't do?
worst was? Was like was the worst case? Like like every year there's like 2 to 3 cases, like which are broadcasted like publicly. मतलब
Yeah.
हो रहे केसेस, मतलब जो लोगों को पता भी नहीं चल रहा, बट दीस देयर आर लाइक मेनी केसेस, like they are broadcast, like Asifa, then Priyanka Reddy, then now this girl, this Dalit girl. You know what's the worst part? Like people, just move on. Like this act, like people are pulling, and the news channels, whatever they're getting from this, they'll do this for straight like 3 to 4 months and all. Then they'll something else will come up. They'll forget that. They'll move on. Then suddenly after some months, some other case will come. Then people will get what do you say, angry, and they will do some shit, and then that case will be gone. It's like
Yeah.
there is no, like no one is taking a firm action.
Yeah, like first of all, like at first, when that first Delhi gang rape and all were there, and then more cases started to come, I used to like think India was like, having the highest cases of rapes, but it turns out like US and Europe actually have more than India. But the thing about India's cases is, right, it's
Yeah.
not the number of cases,
Yeah.
it's the fact, it's the thing that how the people they get away with it, and like who
Right.
and all are involved. Like it's not just normal criminals. These are like,
True.
politicians, police officers, and the cover-ups. And there's one case I want to refer, especially for this. This is a little bit like controversial case. This also took place in Uttar Pradesh, and it was in a place called Unnao. You all heard?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
one girl got gang raped, and the worst part about this was the victim's father. The police like took him in, and they held him in custody, but later found out that, like the police like beat him up and killed him in the police station. The victim's father, the victim
Fucking
survived,
hell,
but
man.
they killed the father. And then it was
Damn.
found out, because why the father was killed, because I think either the father or the girl accused, like the the person who did the rape was like a former BJP member, so they accused him, and he retaliated like this way. And then this was all in Uttar Pradesh. She even, tried to immolate
This
herself.
is why I don't. How is the general public not able to put the two and two together and understand? A BJP guy gets accused, the father of the victim dies. Shady. How are they fucking not able to
Bro,
put
I
it
think
together,
because
man?
it's not reaching the mainstream media, that's why.
It's still that's not the case, dude. That's
Bro,
not always the
like,
case.
bro, or people are just ignoring it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like people are just numb to it. Like, oh, rape. Okay, cool.
There is
Move
this
on.
one thing like the people, like like the political parties in our country, once they come in the power, like, mostly I have seen like the BJP only. Like I'm not like self, like I'm just centered to BJP, that okay, BJP is only doing it wrong like that or something. Maybe a few governments like before also might have done, I don't know. But like currently what I'm seeing when I am a bit mature about it, like what I'm seeing is that like they just want to hide it. And see now, even if you like turn on your channel, okay, like the news channel, you will just see like they're speaking about Deepika Padukone or something, like the drugs case or something like that, but they won't be discussing about such issues like this rape case that happened. You know why? Just because the BJP guys, like the BJP guy is involved in such case. Maybe that's the only reason why they just don't want. And these all those news channels, like most of the popular news channels, they all belong to the BJP government. That is the most bullshit thing. That's the worst reason, like why things are not being broadcasted on the like TV.
You
That's
guys
what
Yeah,
I'm
remember the
saying. It's
20?
not reaching the mainstream media.
You guys
yeah,
remember the 2012 Nirbhaya case?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
Delhi
Yes.
one. The Delhi one.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
The
The
yes. Yeah,
medical student.
the
Yeah.
yeah,
one in
Okay.
the
So
bus.
yeah,
yeah,
check this out. Check this out.
yeah.
At the time, right, BJP government, Modi's government party was the opposing party at the time. They were not in power, and they took a stand in order to get justice for Nirbhaya. Okay, they went on rallies, they did everything. There were protests at the time, candle marches to India Gate. Everything happened. Okay, the nation was outraged. The family of the victim, they kept pushing, they kept asking for justice in the court. They kept doing everything at that time, right? And finally, after 8 years, recently, her perpetrators, her rapist, Nirbhaya's rapist, she's dead now, rest in peace. But her rapist, she got justice recently. Like they were prosecuted recently. Her
Not prosecuted. They were prosecuted earlier. They were even given the death sentence earlier. This year, March, only they were hanged.
Yeah, sorry.
So it's
I got
been
the thing.
like 8 years
Yeah,
now. After
yeah,
8 years, she got justice. And Modi
yes,
was re-elected that time. This is not his first. And the
yes,
thing, I think what Zishan is trying to say is Modi was there the whole time. Like his first term, he was there. And he still
yes.
couldn't, like,
No.
make it faster.
No, what I'm trying to say is that actually, at the time of Nirbhaya's case, now people were allowed to do marches. They went to India Gate with candle marches. They protested. The opposing party, which was B.J.P party at the time, they were allowed to speak up. Right now, fast forward to 2020 in Hathras, this girl's case. uh, they have banned all kinds of protest. They have locked. They have sealed the area around India Gate. They sealed the area around the village. The opposing party leader right now, Rahul Gandhi, he was even attacked in a way. They were not allowed to walk. He even like said to the police officer who were holding back the people trying to walk, trying to protest, trying to march, that you cannot go further from this part. I think they have allowed them to move forward now because like people really started protesting. Like they went to Jantar Mantar in Delhi, whatever, and like stuff like that. And so that's why they had to allow the opposing party leaders to actually do what they want to do. But initially they were getting stopped. Everybody was being held back. They were being in a sense that they were getting denied their basic rights, right? In this rape case. But imagine if the same exact thing, the restrictions that were happening now happened back then in Nirbhaya's case. Do you really think this she would have gotten justice back then if people
You
didn't
know,
kept pushing?
if they didn't like do the protest, if they didn't do the protest like in a wide scale, like all over India, those guys wouldn't have even got the death sentence.
Exactly, and that is what is being restricted right now. Protests are being restricted. They were being restricted, but like now they freed it because like a lot of people were like pissed, they got outraged and stuff like that. Uh, Bro, people were like police officers are attacking people who are protesting peacefully. Why? Why is all of this happening? Like, dude, it's beyond me, man. I don't know how to explain this shit. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. And like on
Bro, what? I just have this random feeling. Okay, why do I have this feeling that the UP government, the what's his name, Yogi, right?
yeah.
The
Yeah,
chief minister, yeah.
yeah. Why do I have a feeling that he is one way or another involved in this Dalit girl rape case?
No. Yogi belongs to the same caste that the alleged rapists are from. That's why he's protecting his own caste members. Like there's
Otherwise,
the
he
caste
will.
system in India, right?
He loses followers and stuff. That's what
The worst thing, in India is that like the people still follow the
caste.
caste system and all everything. Like it's just so bullshit. Like now see, the girl was raped and like still people like going on the caste that like the ones who are like protecting the rapist, like they're going on the caste that like we are from a higher caste and we can't do such thing or something like that, our boys never committed such thing and all etc. Like it's just so just terrible, man. I don't have a particular word for it. It's just devastating and terrible. Like they still follow this caste kind of thing.
Yeah, and honestly, as a non-Indian, I'm from Bangladesh. I don't understand this caste thing because we don't in Bangladesh we don't necessarily have this caste thing. We just measure by by how much money that guy
Okay,
has.
yeah,
Like
one more thing, one more. I just saw this. Okay, yeah, so the brother of the victim, right? He managed to escape the full police custody thing, like because the police was surrounding the house of the victim's family. They weren't letting any news people get close to the village. Nothing. The small brother of the victim managed
okay,
to
yeah, I saw
escape.
that. I saw that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He climbed through
bro.
the
Yeah,
grass
the small kid who was like who's talking to the, so he basically saying that the DM, right, the district minister is giving them threats. He's saying that he kicked one of his family member in the chest, and the kid is saying that. Why would the kid lie? The kid is
Yeah,
saying
true that.
this. It's like a small kid, uh, the victim's brother. He's saying the DM like he kicked his family member's chest, stuff like that. Bro, it's all messed up. He's telling it all to the news. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Bro, they're not. Bro, why? Bro, imagine why are they holding like the family of the victim in hide? Like, why are they holding them in custody? Like in their house, they took away the like phones and
You know,
everything.
they were saying that the investigation is still going on. Like after she died, after you you
What investigation
cremated her.
exactly, man?
That's what. क्या चल रहा था बे? कौन सा इन्वेस्टिगेशन चालू था?
Bro, no forensic report is out. No, nothing is out. False forensic reports are out saying that nothing happened. Like the fucking social media trolls are like spreading fake news that some bullshit. Some people are saying that she committed suicide. Bro, it's
Dude, like I saw a video in which like what her condition was on the like the that what do we call that ventilator, I guess, right? That bed in the
mm-hmm.
hospital. Yeah, like what her condition was, and like it was just so sad to see her that way lying on the bed. It was just so sad that like how can like such people say that she was trying to commit suicide and all. Even if a person commits suicide na unki condition itni nahi buri hoti, like the way that girl was said, like lying on the bed.
Yeah.
Bro, I even read an article in which they said that it wasn't a rape because they didn't find any sperm traces. They couldn't
I
find any
didn't
sperm traces. Like, what the fuck,
exactly,
man?
man. Bro. It's so fucked up, bro. Check this out. The government is hiring PR agencies, right, to like set an online narrative that the rape was fake and that this is all a ploy of the opposition party. Bro, the government is hiring PR companies to spread fake news all over the internet in India and blaming it on the opposition party and then saying that it's a fucking and the rape was fake. Bro, a woman was brutally murdered, raped, and this is what is happening in the country afterwards. The people in charge are saying this kind of shit. Bro, imagine, oh man,
Yeah,
bro, her soul will never rest, man.
After
It's
every it's like after every rape, like a controversial rape like this, when somebody like official gets involved and shit, like both the parties fight, like both the parties should get along and fix this and like help us, but
yeah,
they're
man.
going against each other and making it more worse for the victim, the families, for the people, everybody.
yeah, guys. Again, like I might talk shit about BJP, but I don't like think that any party in India is capable, right? I fucking hate Congress as well. Like they're not suitable to do jack shit. Everybody like, oh, when the time comes, they jump on the bandwagon and they're like, bro, these guys are only doing it for like. To gain sympathy from the followers, they don't they don't give jack shit. A lot of rape cases happened when Congress was in like power as well. Like what? Nothing changed. Nothing fucking changed.
Yeah, right.
All of these political parties are fucking dickhead people running the show, man.
True, man.
Bro, like even during the lockdown, right? The number of rape cases, domestic abuse has increased like exponentially. Like it went like through the roof. And that also, most of it, like 80 to 90% are not reported. Mostly like more than 90% are not reported.
See, if like if someone from like as Zishan said, like in his case, like when he was in college and speaking about things related to the like like the government or PM Modi, I guess. So like when he was speaking about about PM Modi, after that, like the girl, I guess Zishan said that the girl responded in a like some different way,
Yeah,
you are from
yeah.
a different community, that's why you are saying such and such things. But it's actually not that, like it's because we are speaking, like we are from a different community or something and we are speaking this thing. It's just because like everything you see happening, it's like they're stopping the people from protesting and all, and that to a peaceful protest, not like the people are throwing some kind of those glass bottle, fire. What do you call that? I don't know.
Molotov cocktail.
Yeah. All those things like that and all. Like they are not doing anything like that. They are just doing a peaceful protest, and that also the police is stopping them. And as someone among you said that the the like the police was keeping the press or news channels away from the victim's family and all, like uh, that all that all just merged up to like this government at the end, because like the ruling party over there is doing such kind of things, and the police is under him. So like, it's entirely on him, right? That someone of his person is only involved in it. That's the reason they just want to, close and shut the case in
Exactly,
just
it's
a matter of
obvious. It's
seconds.
obvious.
It's I'm not speaking this because I'm from a different community. It's just that there are facts in front of you that such thing is happening. It's just that.
Yeah,
Even if,
and just to
like,
back
as Vishal
and just to
said,
back South.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, sorry. Just to back, so just one thing. If the political leader was from a community that we belong to, let's just say he was Muslim and he did the
yeah,
same thing, we would have called him out for the same bullshit as well. So
yeah,
it's not
dude.
about like who the person is, what his background is. It's what they do. It's their
Yeah,
action.
that's what. Rape, no matter which, whoever commits or he's from which religion, caste, or anything. A rapist is a rapist only. He's a criminal. You have to, do the correct justice in the country. It's not that like, कि अरे वो अपर कास्ट का है इसलिए उसको छोड़ दो, या वो मुसलमान है या हिंदू है, like just leave him for that sake. No, it's not like that. A rapist should be, like, he just should be punished for the crime he committed. Yeah.
I want to add something.
Yeah.
Like these things, like this rape, it's not new. It used to happen. Uh, like I want to go in the religious line. Like you are like a prophet. At that time also, it happened. Okay, but he like there was a woman. She got raped. Okay, she went to the prophet, and he didn't question the woman. Like, what were you doing at that time out there? What were you wearing? What was your behavior?
Yeah.
Okay, what were you
Correct.
doing, etc., etc. He caught that man. Okay, he held him accountable. He got punished. Like the punishment was like death. Actually, like the justice was served. Clear.
Yeah, one more thing I also want to add is that see, just because we are from a different community, that doesn't mean that we're gonna be biased or something. No, man. Like Z said, it's about actions, and we're not just speaking as NRIs, or for me NRB, who are concerned. We're speaking as human beings, man. Like, rape is rape in the end. Like, there is no justification for it. There's nothing like, oh, you went out uh, late at night, so that's why you got raped. You went out, dude. People. I mean, girls and children, they get raped in the morning, evening, anytime. So
Bro, babies are getting raped. So like,
yeah,
how far are
babies
you
also.
gonna make excuses, man? That's the thing. Like, how
Yeah,
many? Like, at what point are you gonna be like, uh, this is why rape happen? Yeah, like, bro, at what point are people are gonna be like, this is why rape is happening? I'm gonna change that to like, we should stop rape. Like, when is that sentence gonna change?
yeah, dude. Even corpses are getting not saying rape, but they do. There are necrophilias here and there, but that
They're
doesn't
getting
mean that.
violated, man. Like, what's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah, and that doesn't mean the people are gonna again be like, oh, the dead body is outside. Why is it not inside the house or something? Like, you get what I mean? Like, the amount of
I
Yeah.
excuses these people make.
I
It
want to
pisses
ask
me
you
off.
guys. I want to ask you all guys a question. Okay, we all know the brutality of that Delhi gang rape, right? You all
Yeah,
remember
Yes.
yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
happened in that bus on that fateful day. So
Yeah, it was.
I want to ask you all that. What if, okay, let's just say like you're in Uttar Pradesh, all right, y'all. So what if you meet like the guy, the minor who was left out, who's like free now, comes in front of you?
Bro,
What would you
I
guys do?
swear one of them committed suicide in the jail itself.
Yeah. So you all know that there were like six people, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
one of them committed suicide, and one was a kid, like only 17 years old. So they didn't try him for like adult. They only gave him 3 years imprisonment and then rehabilitation, and now he's like free now with a different identity. So what if you guys meet him now? You like get to know his identity, and he's like standing in front of you. What? How would you guys deal with that? Since you're all like talking about punishment and
That's what I said. I have like a different view on punishment. I know people get really emotional in these cases,
so
but I want
see,
to talk about no, no. I want to talk about that after. I just want everybody else to say so that I can say my piece because it's
okay,
kind of long.
Saud, what do you think you're gonna do if you ever see him?
I don't know, man. Like, I'm really emotional about this topic. So like, even if he's a juvenile, like he was at that time, a rapist is a rapist, right? You
Yeah,
just can't let them free. No matter what, if he's a juvenile or something, if he's so if he can rape a girl, then he's already you know, he's already he that guy has already crossed his mark. So he's a rapist
Yeah.
at the end, and
He
like
has
you know,
already lost the right to
yeah,
humanity.
yeah, he does not have that, like you know, that people will have mercy on him, that like like people should show him some humanity or something. No, he's a rapist and he should be killed, punished, man. Like that's my opinion, man. Like I don't know what others say, but that's my opinion.
Same, same.
That's what I say.
So you would punish him, you would take it into your own hands.
No, 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 no.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no, no.
saying that. Bro,
Because you
no, no,
can't
no.
hand him over to the authorities. They let him go. Like he's no more a criminal now.
And then, Klein, you're
Well,
bringing
like
up like a lynching mindset, right? In a way.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Like Klein, I just don't know. But like I don't know what I will do with such kind of person. I don't know. Maybe I'll spit on his face or something, hit him hard or something. I just don't know, bro. I just don't know. But like whatever I'm saying is that like if such person is let free, if he's a juvenile and if he's let free, then
Hmm.
it's wrong. It's entirely wrong. That guy should be punished for it.
Yeah, the whole system is wrong and flawed.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much sad, man. That like they're just leaving because the person is juvenile. In that case, like in the case of rape, it's not like he has done some theft or something. It's rape,
Hmm.
bro. The rape is like some. It's a big kind of, you know. It's bigger than a murder, man. That a person is.
What I would do from my opinion is what I would do if I ever encounter that situation, which probably we
Yeah,
won't. So, but what I would do is I would just, since I'm not able to do anything, I'm not like bringing in a lynching mindset like Zishan said, because we don't want to like stoop down to his level. We don't want to like do the same thing. This is not some eye for an eye shit. So what I just hope that he's guilty of what he did.
right.
Like that shit is still in his mind every time, everywhere he goes.
Yeah,
Because
true.
that's all I can hope for, man. I can't do anything else. I just hope he knows that. That's it. He's
See,
lucky. That's it. He's
see,
lucky as his whole life again.
He has
what
a
I
chance
what
to
I
repent also.
what I want to say is that when okay, let me take two situations. The first situation is that when a girl goes into the police station and files a complaint against rape, right? And then the proper thing investigation is done, like so basically the girl has to go and file the complaint right after the rape was done, so that the forensic has a better chance of getting the sperm thing, whatever. I don't want to go into detail of that. So that's like the law, right? That's like the thing. And it's very hard for people to come out, and do that kind of stuff. So for the victims, right? Now, if do you guys know Jaya Bachchan?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so she was in parliament and she made a statement that the rapist should be lynched in public and they should be burned alive, and stuff like this was said in the parliament. And it makes you think, right, that if listen, okay, I understand that the law in our country does not exist, like basically doesn't exist. It's all bullshit. But let's think like statistically and in long term, right? A lot of rape victims do get their justice in India. Okay, it does happen. Now, a lot of fake rape reports are also
yeah,
filed.
yeah, yeah. Correct.
So making statements like this inside the parliament, that everybody accused of rape or like the perpetrator should be lynched or should be killed, encountered instantly, it's like a very backward way of thinking, in my opinion. Because when you think about it, like when the time comes, right, in the future, like 100 years from now, and somebody like ask, okay, so how was the justice system back then, right? Were they barbaric? Were they like humane? Were they logical? Were they, I can't find the word, but like, so like my question, like, how do you quantify progression? You quantify progression by comparing time periods, right? Like, right, in a sense. So if in 2020 a criminal is being burned alive in public, being lynched by the people, and is not going through the proper legal process, and then you look back like 100, 200 years ago, and the same thing was happening, if somebody if somebody got accused for something and people just killed him instantly at that spot, or maybe like 300 or 1,000 years ago. So like what progression was made? Nothing was made. Now I do understand the severity of the crime, right? But here's the thing, bro. Listen, so what I'm trying to say is that, okay, so death penalty. A lot of people are like, okay, the criminals should be killed instantly. They should be encountered, right? Right.
Right.
Now, and people are like, if punishment like death penalty exists, then people won't commit the crime in the first place because they'll be scared, right?
Yeah.
Now let me just dive a little bit deep into the criminal psychology over here. Now, see, there is no quantifiable data for deterrence. What that basically means is that you will never be able to know how many people didn't commit the crime because of the fear of the death penalty. Like you cannot, there's no, you cannot like quantify that, right? Like there is no way to measure it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so let's just take a rape. Let's just take a person, right?
Okay. Yeah.
A
XYZ
person, yeah, this person was planning to commit a crime, any crime, okay, be it rape, theft, robbery, whatever. And
Okay.
he understands that upon doing this crime, like only, okay, let's imagine a world where like a punishment for every crime is death. Okay.
Yeah.
So a person was about to commit a crime, but he got to know that, oh, if I commit this crime, I'm going to be hanged if somebody finds out about this, right? Okay. So what are the chances that that guy will not commit the crime because he now has the knowledge of the consequence? That chance, that number is not quantifiable. We cannot measure that number,
But we
right?
can still
See,
measure
see,
the
like
difference.
if when you increase the brutality of the punishment, right? So like what
Yes.
will happen? See, like we just can't keep a count of number that like so and so people will like like total number of all those rapist minds will like just stop raping. No, it won't be like that. It's obvious that still rapes will happen in future, maybe somewhere. Like we don't know, but seeing the brutality of the punishment, maybe like from 100 people, maybe the like 75 or 80 rapists might like be like, oh, like this punishment is happening, so like they will just like move off from it, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. The
Okay.
difference, with
Okay.
the next terms
Okay.
figure, like after the law is imposed, and then
Yeah,
the crimes will decrease, and then they'll just compare that. So,
like I
Client.
can't
Okay. Okay.
precision
I
that
can
like
know. Okay.
100% crime rate of rapes will be decreasing, but like I can say that at least those 80 people from 100 might not commit that thing, and like 20 people, then we have to find some solution to it. That's what my opinion is, Zishan. Yeah.
Okay. So let's look at the numbers, right?
Yeah.
After the Nirbhaya case, uh, laws were imposed like a strict like a death penalty. Okay, that was
Okay.
imposed like a revised section was made for rape, right?
Yeah.
And still after that, how many rapes happened, bro? Even minors got raped, babies got raped. Okay, so people don't have fear. Okay, people don't care. So increasing the severity of the punishment does not do anything. Now I'm not saying that there should be a less harsher punishments. I'm saying that there should be harsh punishments, but instead of increasing the severity of the punishment, we should increase the surety of punishment. So like if a person is found to be guilty, you can bet, yeah, like we have to be sure that that person does get punished. Okay, so we need to increase the surety. Now, why am I saying this? Why am I saying that the death penalty is not the right answer? Check this out.
Okay.
So, in 2017, NCRB, National Crime Report Bureau, whatever, in Delhi alone, 92% cases of crime against women were pending. Okay, and only 33.2 conviction rate was present
Yeah.
in percentage. Now, uh, a lot of these cases, right? A lot of these cases, like let's take 2017 alone, 559,000 cases, right?
Yeah.
93.1% of the cases, the accused were known to the victims. So the guys who raped the no, not the guys, like the person who was the rapist was already known to the victim. Like the victim knew this guy. Like they were either like family members, friends, acquaintances. Like they were known to the victim, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Now, when you increase the severity of punishment, what happens? Let's just say like okay, death punishment for everyone, death penalty for everyone. What happens is that it increases the chances of post-rape murder. So like basically, let's just say a person commits he rapes someone, right? And he
Okay.
knows that if I get found out, there's only one punishment, that is death penalty, right? So obviously, after rape, he's going to kill the victim. You know?
Okay.
Okay, this is
Yeah,
like a
that
deep.
makes sense to cover
Yeah,
it up. Yeah.
yeah, it makes sense, right? Okay, this is like a deeper, bro. And these are facts. These are like criminal psychology things.
Yeah.
Okay, because like there's a greater risk of being caught now, right?
Yeah.
So that's one point. Now that another point is that a lot since I said that a lot of these people are known to the girl, right, to the victim. Now
Yeah.
let's just say a girl comes home, she tells her parents that I got raped by my uncle, for example. Okay, she says
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
She says that, and her parents are and everybody in that household is aware that, and this uncle is the father's brother, right?
Okay.
Right. Okay, so this guy goes and beats up his brother. He's like, "You raped my daughter, you fucking asshole, you idiot." He beats him up. He beats him up. Right.
Yeah.
But now their mother gets involved, and their father gets involved. Like the victim's father's father, so her grandfather gets involved, and like the whole family gets involved. And they're like, "Okay, galti ho gayi. Please don't report him, because if you report him, there's 100% chance of conviction. I mean, there's 100% chance that he'll get that penalty, right?" So this increases societal pressure, bro. Like, agree, like if people like agree or not, this exists. If
Yeah,
victim
I
goes
agree
up
with you.
to a
This.
family, yeah, if a victim goes up to a family, the society puts her down that mat bolo, like forget about it. Now imagine if the conviction that if the punishment is death, then the family members are going to be like ekdam mat bolo, like don't talk about it at all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just ignore
Because
the fact that it happened.
yeah, because the family is also aware that okay, then like he's going to die. So they'll be like to the victim, bro. They rather like keep the victim quiet than have their family member get convicted, get like punished for that. I don't know if my thing is making sense. Is it making sense, guys?
It's making sense. Making sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that the whole family gets to know that the uncle raped his brother's daughter, and they're like, and they beat up the uncle. They're like, you fucking idiot, you asshole. But then after everything calms down, they're like, don't file a complaint, because if you file a complaint, he's going to get hanged. Okay, so the family is like, ye mar jayega. Okay, don't get him hanged. Okay, and at
The
the end.
be hanged. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, at the end of the day, even the person who got raped is family to the whole society, and the person who raped is also family to the whole society. So it'll be split, right? So they'll like put pressure on the girl to not report it. So that also decreases the chances of reporting rapes. So that is why a death penalty is not the best idea. Now, what kind of penalty should be there then? Okay, life in prison. Life in
Yeah,
prison
life
can be
in
there,
life
multiple
sentence.
years in prison, stuff like that. And for the rarest cases, like bro, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be that penalty. I'm talking about like for example,
Bro,
like
if that case
cases.
is followed up with a murder,
Yeah,
then it should
exactly.
be a death penalty
That's what I'm saying. If a case is being followed up with murder, stuff like that, then
or
there
torture,
should
like
be.
whatever, like in that
Yeah.
category.
Yes, and then there should be a death sentence. And if the person being raped, it doesn't matter what age she is, right? They are. Uh,
Yeah,
th- like if they die afterwards, then because you can get all emotional. People get all emotional. They can get angry at me, but I'm speaking the truth. This is what is going to happen. Like, it's criminal psychology, bro. This is societal psychology. This is what's happening in India, right? So you're gonna ask me, okay, so then so then like what should a person do? Like, what should be done then, right? Right. Instead of like demanding instant solutions from the government for like lynching, everything like that, like what should be done? Well, instead of lynching and all this, bro, structure, education, okay, gender sensitization, structured education and communication about rape and rape law. Bro, guys, how many? We all went to an CBSE board school. That is an Indian school, right? How many of us were taught Indian laws and rather? How many of us were taught Indian history rather than Indian laws, current Indian laws?
Zero. I
Zero,
think no
yeah.
one.
Exactly. Yeah, zero. We
There
weren't
was,
taught any laws.
yeah, there were, and one more, there was barely any conversation about rape.
Exactly, bro. Bro. No, bro. We weren't taught anything about the current law. So if bro, if a person
Yep.
isn't aware of the law, if a child isn't aware, bro, a lot of minors commit rape as well in India. There's like a whole percentage. I'm not getting the
Bro,
number right now.
yeah, that's what. Most of them are from the youth, minors who
Yeah.
are coming to.
So yeah, we need proper education, structured education, bro. Instead of like
That's what.
teaching us like the fucking Indian history about what happened, teach us about the current laws, man. And also gender sensitization. Okay, people
Bro,
are
there
like
should be
raping.
sex ed introduced in a like what do you say, education policy. It should be there. It
Yes,
should be a
yes.
compulsory subject.
Now there's another thing. A lot of people don't go and report their rape cases because they think that the police is very harsh. They'll ask them like uncomfortable questions. They'll like treat them harshly. So we need a sensitization of police so victims feel comfortable to report the crime. And we need better investigation so the conviction rate increases. The conviction rate is way too low. A lot of rape cases are being reported and only 33% conviction rate in Delhi alone. I do not believe that. I do not believe that out of 32,000, all of them are false rape cases. A lot of them are true rape cases, and the conviction rate needs to increase because we need proper investigation. We don't
So
have
I
that.
think there should be a
Okay.
different branch, different what do you say, a different branch for these type of cases.
I'd like to add to the that punishment thing. Z, you said that after the 2012 Nirbhaya case, rapes were still increasing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So the thing is, even after the Nirbhaya case, it was still like no capital punishment, no death penalty. So, so, but you are like saying that we should not include death penalty. We should just give life sentences.
No,
The
no,
life
no, no,
sentences
no,
thing is
no,
already there.
no, no, no. I'm not talking about. Bro, I'm not talking about like legally. Like in severe cases, the judge can. Bro, in India, there is no law that there exists in India, right? Nobody decides. There is no like proper law that decides for what crime people get death penalty. Okay, there have been only few death penalties in India. Like a couple of terrorists were hanged, and the rape case. That are, like very few. It's up to the judge and the court. They decide if they're getting a lot of pressure from the people. They're gonna be like, okay, yeah, just go death penalty, khalas, right? But what I'm saying is, yeah, what I'm talking about, client, I'm talking about people's mentality, right? People are like lynch the rapist, kill them instantly, encounter them. We need to remove that kind of mentality, bro. We do not need
What I was
death
saying is that
penalties for any crime
like
because it's gonna
not
because
like
of all
when
the
he's
points that I
accused. I'm
mentioned.
saying when he's like proven to be guilty. After that, like we have to, include such death punishment. You know why?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
yeah.
if you give him like multiple years in prison and after that he's released or something like that, then there is like much bigger probability that he will again commit the same thing again. Because
Yeah.
like you
Like,
know if you release a rapist, then it's looking at his mindset, he will again commit the same thing when he goes out. I'm not saying you're wrong about something at all, but and you were right at your point that like you were saying that the crimes might get even harsher and all like that. But like and also to that point, Zishan, like I like what I want to say is that uh like the after the surety of the crime, okay, like when the person is proven to be guilty, then the punishment should not be happening behind the jails or something, that koi bada sa kala jailer, like he's killing giving the punishment, hanging him and all. No, the punishment should be public, like in places like Saudi Arabia, etc. Like they just cut the, like, what do we call that?
Behead, behead.
Behead, yeah.
But
They-
the
that's a little bit
punishment is
extreme.
barbaric, but still it's
Yeah,
in if
yeah.
like it's effective.
If they make that penalty a punishment, a sure punishment, right? Then people will be hesitant to report the crime in the first place.
Yeah. See, what I want to say is that, see, if the court and like the people are not taking action immediately, like, see, this Nirbhaya case, it took 8 years just to get them. Just the death penalty was announced in 2012 or 2013 itself, but everything has, like, the whole justice has been served this year. So it's we all that's enough evidence to say that this is all really very very slow. Okay,
Yeah,
like the
true.
court proceedings, everything is slow. And that's the problem. If the victims won't get justice, right, if the government don't take responsibility, of course it's going to resort to like lynching, encounters. Because even that Hyderabad case, which South said, that
Yeah,
Priyanka Reddy case, the police was under so much pressure, he had no choice. He even wanted to get it over with, like just take the justice on it, like take the law in his own hands, and he did it. So yeah,
yeah,
that's what's gonna resort to now if the government doesn't, like make it more
yeah, and like,
harsh.
yeah, true,
Yeah.
true. And the solution to it is like we need to increase. Our country needs to increase the fast track courts in our country. Like there are around like something 632, I guess, district courts in our country, and that's pretty much less for the population of our country and the crime rates in our country. And as as Zan said that we need a separate, separately for particularly for the rape cases like happening in our country, we need separate courts for them, and they should be fast track courts, not just like the like the Nirbhaya case taking like 8 years and all, something like that. No, it should not be like that. A quick law and
That
order.
also, that Nirbhaya case was switched from court to court. Like
So,
it,
so do you know why? You know why that happened?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
You know why that happened? It took eight
They're
years.
getting appeals and
You
stuff.
know, you know why they can appeal, because when a death penalty is in question, because the judge ordered a death punishment, right? They were getting like the death. When the death penalty is in question,
yeah,
the guy who is being charged with it, he can keep on appealing to like different kind of courts, high court, district court, like different kind of courts, and he can stretch it out, right? So that's
yeah.
another thing with death penalties.
Okay,
First
okay.
of all, people are going to be scared to report to report the victims, to report the case in the first place, because they'll get societal pressure that don't report it. Your family member is going to die, because a lot of the rape cases that happen, the victim already knows the person. So like societal pressure is going to be there. Not only family, like job people are going to say that. That's
Yeah,
one reason. And the
yeah,
second reason is that if when death penalty is involved, the guy who's being charged, they can stretch it out for like a lot longer, because they have the right to do that, because it's a death penalty. It's a very big issue. And and another thing is that what you call it, like if it's a false conviction, then it's like a very 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 big problem, right? So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, that's how they'll defend themselves. Even though if the guy raped the girl, the guy can be like, it's a false accusation, don't believe
and
her.
and then it's going to go on for 8 years, clan. So yeah.
Exactly. That's sad.
Yeah, the law system, the justice system is totally flawed, man. Dude, yeah, like Zane said that there should be a separate branch. Yeah, like for example, how America has a different branch for drugs, the DEA, Drugs Enforcement Agency. Same thing India should have, but in terms of rape. So it's like, and yeah, fast tracking. Yeah, that's also a good point.
also to this, like the person going appealing and appealing everywhere. So like for that, the India, like Indian, I guess, I don't know, Indian judiciary has like a number of appeals like a person can do or something like that, I don't know. But like maybe if there is like many appeals, then the person should have a limited, limited appeals for the that case. And when you increase the number of courts in the country, then like what I feel is that such like cases will, will be moved on a bit really fast. Like I'm not saying like for the the person who's innocent or something like that, no, like that is a different case. But I'm saying for the person who's already guilty for that, okay, that guy, like who's involved and he committed murder also after the rape, something like that, for
So like
that person.
you're saying after he's proven to be guilty, like everything has been proved.
Yeah, yeah. Like in one court, like maybe at the start in the low level court, he's proven to be guilty. After that, he appeals to a medium level court, right? Somewhere. So like when he appeals there, and there also he's proven guilty. Then after that, maybe he should be given three appeals for whatever he does. Three appeals, okay? And like after that, maybe what I feel is that like finally after when he goes to the high court something and gives his appeal, after that when he's again proven to be guilty, then he should be, you know, severely punished.
Sentenced.
Yeah, sentenced. Yeah, like that, like sentence of punishment. I don't know. Yeah,
Bro, there are only three courts, right? So
yeah,
like,
yeah, like that only.
even
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
give them like three chances, like, so like it will be the same thing, right? So like district
guys
court,
guys
high
guys
court,
the thing
supreme
is
court.
that, like, listen, when laws are made, right, they're not made like considering every different situation. They are made like, okay, if you commit a rape, this happens. If you're an official committing a rape, if you're a minor doing committing the rape, if you're raping a minor, like there are different like subtopics to it, but like the punishment is always going to be the same. Like it's going to vary differently. If the victim dies, then it's going to be a little different. So like they cannot, like, make laws are made in that way, right? So we can't just like pick and choose. Okay, after he's proving to be guilty, he's gonna go die. Like a lot of cases also happen that the girl, right? They plan like a perfect thing to frame the guy. Like if they have sex consensually, and then
yeah,
later on
yeah.
they
Like
they they go and say that this guy raped me. So like the forensic results come in, and like in that case, the guy is always gonna get charged. So like, bro, death penalty is not the right thing to do for
no,
any
no,
crime.
I'm not
It
saying
should
for
be it should be it should be it should be their life should be made hell in prison, a prison for life. But death, in my opinion, no, because a lot of factors go into it.
I want to say is that that person should not be let free. You know,
Yeah.
uh, like he should be kept in jail. Maybe I don't know, like for entire his entire life. But like he should not be let free again out. Then that's entirely wrong.
See,
Yeah.
my just closing opinions on the punishment thing. See, it's easier for the government to amend laws and bring harsher punishments, right? But harder to do these, like execute these punishments, which will make the actual difference. Like they can keep on making like harsher punishment. They can like make the law. Like it takes nothing to make a law nowadays. They can do that, but like in order to implement these, like it'll take years, like 8 years. Like it won't make a huge difference. So we need to shift our outreach towards systematic solutions and addressing the root cause of rape culture that exists in our society. So like we'll move on to it. Like what I mean by the rape culture over here, right? By the rape culture, I mean that uh, people's mentality about it, that the person who got raped, it's their fault because they were exposing themselves in a way,
Yeah, that's so
stuff like
fucked
that.
up.
So yeah.
Like if a if a
But
if a girl smiles at boys, then that means she's willing
yeah,
to.
acha,
Like,
acha,
what the
okay.
fuck
So
was
no, no.
that?
In terms of punishment, those were my thoughts. Like I would like to, like, hear from you guys as well. I mean, I know where South stands with this, but like Klein and Zan and Zoham.
Like and like wait, let me just clear my part, okay? Like just let me just clear it. I just said like I gave my those opinions only to the things like involving rape and murder. That's it. Like I don't know like the like only rape thing. I didn't say for only rape thing, but I said for rape and murder. Like the things happening like after the rape, the girl gets killed like that. So I gave my opinions just for that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to keep it really short. I think if it's just rape, it should be like you can have death penalty or life imprisonment, or if it's followed up by another another, what do you say? Well, if it's followed with like a murder or some other kind of what do you say? Sorry, I can't get the
Of
word. I just forgot.
crime.
Crime. Oh, sorry, crime. So I think it should be death penalty, like on the spot, finish like that. They should be like really fast in making decisions,
No, I.
just like like South said, a specialized fast track code for these cases.
Yeah.
But
That's it, I think.
but guys, like a proper investigation should also be done before that, right? Like full in depth
Of
investigation.
course. Like
Yeah.
before giving taking the case to the court, it should be done.
Yeah. That's what my opinion is also. Like
Klein, you.
My opinion would be that, considering how the situation is after Nirbhaya case, also it's like nothing has changed. That's why even I also want like the death penalty to be there for like cases which involve especially minors, like just immediate death penalty. So minors especially, man, like 8-year-old girl. I mean, if I hear
yeah,
that case, immediate death penalty. That's it. No After investigation done, that guy is proven to be guilty. I don't care which community he's from, which caste, which politician he's licking off from. Just straight up death penalty, because we have had it now, like kids getting raped. What is this, man?
Yeah, man. And also, like, they just kill.
Necrophilia also.
Yeah, like they kill the small kids and all, man. Like, and when they kill someone, then it's already a huge thing, bro. It's a huge thing. We can't just say that the investigation is going on and so on, such on, such thing. Someone is killed after rape. So that's what my opinion is. All like as Klein said and as Zen said.
There's also one
Yeah,
more.
I agree with Zen. Yeah, sorry, Soham, I'll let you go. I agree with Zen. I agree with Zen that if there is a death afterwards, then yeah, a proper investigation should be done, and then a death penalty should be put in place. But for like normal cases, when a person goes into the police station and reports a crime, I don't think death penalty should be there, because then if that does happen, then a lot of rapes will stop being reported because of societal pressure. A lot of innocent people will, if they get convicted falsely, their lives are gonna be it's gonna be unfair for them. So
Yeah, yeah. One more. Yeah, I agree with all of you, but then another one. The probability of, see, even if we increase the, let's say we increased the surety of the sentences and everything, there's another problem: bribery.
That's all. Yeah,
that's
comes under
internal corruption.
corruption.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that what we
Yes.
can't change that.
Yeah, because let's say again, we got all the fast tracking and everything, like every single thing we just discussed here. Let's say everything is put into reality. The problem of bribery is that, let's say, um, how do I say this? Let's say the forensics people are, checking looking for evidence and everything, and then some corrupt piece of shit will approach and be like, "Hey man, don't look at this. Here's 10,000 rupees. Now go away. Say something stupid to the press, to the victim's family, and all, something like that." And yeah, bam, there you go, obstruction.
Okay, so like since we're talking about like punishment, like even Z said that even though we bring in stricter punishments, still the cases will still happen, but it'll go unreported. So let's now move into the what causes rape question. Like even though we put strict punishments, still the rape cases won't decrease.